Do it's Chemdork.
Hello everyone, this is Chemdork, and welcome to episode number 46 of season number 2 of my Buildcraft, a series where we play Minecraft with the mods Buildcraft, Thermal Expansion, and Forestry installed. Well, look what we have here. We have a working assembly table. I mean, our assembly table worked before, but it's been a while since I've run it to any degree of efficiency. So it's running at 360 redstone flux per tick. And the last 2 episodes, if you recall, we were putting together our power plant. And so right now this power plant is running on 6 engines. Very much under manual control, this power plant. So we're going to be, in this episode today, I promise, guys, this is going to be the last power plant episode for at least a little while. Or at least, next episode will be something different. But for this episode, I want to add 2 features to the power plant, and that has to do with signaling. So right now we have a way of decoding whatever signals we send this power plant, but we have no signals to send to this power plant, as in saying, hey, power plant, turn on, or power plant, turn off some engines. So we're going to be doing that kind of today. We're going to be doing sending some signals. And then we're also going to be sending signals from the power plant back to other areas of my base to tell my base what's happening to the power plant. I'll get into that in just a minute, but first I just want to say about this assembly table here, in case you didn't know. So this is 360 redstone flux per tick. This is governed not necessarily just by the power you give it, but it's governed by the number of lasers that are surrounding it. So there are 9 lasers surrounding this. Each laser can give a maximum of 40 redstone flux per tick. So that's why I needed 9 to get 360. 360 is easily divisible by 120, and the reason why I say that is because each of these engines is giving 60 redstone flux per tick, which means that each power level we power in this power plant is giving 120 redstone flux per tick. Cool? Got it? Got it. Okay, anyway, so what about signaling from the power plant to other areas of my base? What do I mean by that? Well, let's go over here and I'll let you know. So what I mean by that is we have this control room here that is, I mean, these buttons are useless at this point. We're going to try to get more useful buttons at this point, but we'll see. But anyway, if you check this out, we have I have this little window I created here, and this is supposed to be for some redstone lamps that I want to put. I think I actually want to put them here instead. I want to kind of inset them here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These 8 lamps will represent the 8 different power levels of my power plant. And so I want to have a way of reading out without going down there to see, because right now there's 6 engines running, which is a power level of 3. I want that to be read out right here, so I don't have to do anything other than look here and say, hey, my power plant is running like this. Uh-oh, we need to shut it off, and, do things like that. So in order to do that, we have to actually send some signals. Now, there is a way we can do this that is expensive and a way that is cheap. I have thought of a few different ways of doing it. Oh, good, we're right here. So right here is where we need to send some signals. So I'm just going to create an area here and drop down. Hello. So right there, that's where we need to send signals. It's not too far. Basically, what we're going to do, and I think the easiest way of doing this, is just to essentially do the same thing we did here. So in this case, the power level is read out by this comparator that is reading how full this dispenser is. So I thought a pretty easy way to do this is just stick another comparator right here and read out the power that way. Now, you can't read out the power by putting a gate above a redstone signal. If you have this gate, I'm just going to demonstrate this. So if I put a gate over here, if I put a gate on this pipe right here, there's redstone underneath. If I check whether the redstone signal is on, this is now false. So it is not reading that there's a redstone signal on, even though there's a redstone signal underneath it. Alright, so that's kind of how the gates signaling works. I wish you could do that, because then it would be a lot easier, but that's okay. It's actually pretty simple this way, too. So what we're going to be doing is 1, 2, 3... is just putting a line of redstone here, and then a line of structural gates, or structural pipes, where we're going to set a gate on each one of these. Now I'm going to do this in a way that is inexpensive, meaning it uses the cheapest type of gates, which is iron and basic gates. And what we do is, now I could be using, yeah, I could do this in a way that is a little more efficient, but this way is cheap, so that works pretty well, since I am doing a survival mode type of thing. So what we're going to be doing is essentially redstone signal on equals oh, let's put some pipe wires on here. So these basic gates now can read red wires, which is actually something new in 6.2, I think, of Buildcraft. I'm not sure, but now that's awesome. And iron gates actually read red and blue. So using only red and blue wires, we can actually do this. I'm just going to alternate. Red, blue, red, blue. Okay, cool. And then we're going to actually... Oh, you know what? This actually needs some gold gates in here. Ah, that's too bad. Yeah, I think we do need gold gates here. Or we use a whole bunch of structural pipes. Just a minute. Let me... I'll be right back. Okay. So, what I decided to do was go ahead and do alternating red, blue, green pipe wire. Red, blue, green, and then red, blue. This is, I think it could be possible to do what I want to do here with just red and blue, but yeah, I'm going to do red, blue, and green. So how this works is basically we are going to be able to detect when a redstone signal is on, and when we do that, hold on, there we go. We send out a red pipe signal, and when this detects a redstone signal is on, it will send out a blue pipe signal, and so on until it doesn't send out signals, such as this one. And we don't send out a signal. Okay? That makes it easy, but what are we going to do with this? Well, we're going to translate this exactly as it is in a very similar, or exact, actually, same type of line up there. So what we need to do is take, since we're going to be up here, is going to be kind of facing this way, I want this to be the lowest end, and to the right to be the highest end. So this one I need to match up with essentially that gate, and that whatever lamp I need to line up with that gate. So I need to essentially send this red wire to, yeah, that's basically the best way to summarize. That red wire over there on the left gets sent to the far one over there, and this blue wire is going to get sent to over here, and then everything in between. But we can't mix up the wires, so what we can't do is have them cross. So if I take this red here and then put that here, and now all of a sudden the red wires are the same. So in order to do that, we need to have some sort of creative wiring here. So this is the green wire. We're going to have it like that. Blue wire can be here. That's not touching anything, so that's fine. And then the red wire, I want to basically, I think I'm going to do it this way, where I just have it climb up, and then I can either have it continue to climb up, which I might do, that might be easiest. And then, okay, now they're all in one pipe right there, just like that, as you see it. So I'm going to put it there, and yeah, I think I'm going to have to dig a little here. There we go. Okay, so there we go. So now red, blue, and green are all on the one thing right there. And then I'm going to do kind of the same thing here. So I think I'll start again from the green. The green is going to be run up, just like that. And then blue, I think I'm going to do the same thing. And then red, this time we can do something like... I can't put it there because it'll connect with that red wire, and I don't want them to connect. So I gotta put it there, there, and there. I think that'll work. And then for this guy, I just need to red, blue it. And I think that'll work. Blue, blue, and then red, red. Yeah, it's cool. Okay, so I'm gonna run these over to there. Alright, I'll do that, and I'll be right back. Whoa, impressive, impressive. So this is the running of the lines. Basically, I mirrored exactly this kind of setup over here. And, oh, I realized that this was actually, This right here is actually not that efficient, so I'm gonna get rid of that because that's gonna bug me like all the time. There you go. That is fine if we just do that. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. That's fine. Now it mirrors that up there. So let's go ahead up to the control room and see what we got. We're going to throw down the gates here and basically be able to see very quickly what the status of our system is. So this is going to be what is essentially... There you go. So we got... Oh, that's going to be a problem. Well, yeah, that's gonna be a problem, isn't it? Hold on a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, well, I mean, it's 4 signals, but really it's supposed to be 3. So I guess what we can do is just do it this way. So if I cut that out, there it is. And then put that, put an extra one over here. I mean, that should do it, actually. All right, well, yeah, sure, guess that works, right? Sure it does. Let me test this out. So let me go ahead and throw a block here. This is going to be kind of bugging me though, because you see there's one extra block over here, and this is like just a little bit too far to the right. That's going to bug me. I'm going to have to shift it over, but let me see if this actually works. So right now what we have is we actually have it shifted kind of 1, because this powers this block, which powers that. And likewise, this is the other one that's on, the last one that's on in the sequence. It powers that as well as this next to it. So let's fall down here again, and let's see what happens when I tell this to decrease down to 1. So that should be just sending it a green pipe signal. So I will do that. It should do it. It should pull out 20 items, and it should go back down to about 1. In theory. Again, this is not exact, and it looks like it didn't. Oh, 1. Yeah, it's off by 1 snowball. That's no big deal. Like I said, that's very common for this. So now there's only 1 set of engines running. This is also going to go down in power eventually. There's some built-up power that the thing has. So only 1 is on, therefore only 1 of the lamps is on. All right, well that seems to work then. It just is a matter of shifting it over to the left because this is going to bug me. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll have this will be done. Okay, so see you in just a minute. Ah, that's so much better. Now it's even with the walls here, and it's nice and steady. Nothing's on, but there should be 3 levels on. So let's go ahead and do it now. So if I put a gate here at the end, it's going to power that block. It's also going to power that. So this, if this is on, and only this is on, you should get 1 level. So that should be true. If this and this is on, this should be blue pipe wire, I believe. Then you get 2 levels, and so on and so forth. So this is green, yada, 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 and then finally back down to red here. Oop. I mean, it's fine to do that. You can do that. It's no big deal. There we go, and so on. So this is the signaling system, or at least one of the signaling systems, anyways. So now that we have a way of reading out the power level of our power plant, which is kind of nice, there's one thing we want to do now, and that is be able to control it. So we can't control it from anywhere except for going down there and doing it in a weird way. So there's a few things we want to do. I want to be able to control it by buttons here, potentially, and I did want to have a readout over here on what's on, and I might do that later, but not now. We might have to do that with other gate signals, etc. So anyways, let me grab some stuff, and let's get to signaling. All right. Okay, it is time to signal, and send signals we shall. So I have 10 buttons put up here, 8 over here and 2 over here, and they are going to be equivalent of the signals we set up last time. So that is, we're going to be able to either increase or decrease by 1 power level, 2 power levels, 3 power levels, or 4 power levels. So that means that if I do, if I push this button And then I would, after that happens, I push this button. The full power level should be at 3. So in order to set this up, though, we have to actually wire this thing. And you might be wondering, like, you know, ChemDork, you should be able to just line them all up 4 by 4. The problem is you actually can't, and the reason why you can't do that is because of this. So I will demonstrate. So if we do this with the red wire, I'm just going to do the red wire. So essentially I'd need to set it up like this with the red wire everywhere, and let's just put an iron gate here and say that when this gets a redstone signal, turn on the red pipe signal. Alright, that's fine. So let's just stick a torch there. Okay, it powers the red pipe wire, no big deal. When I take the torch away, though, what is going on here? So what you find is that whenever you have a loop of red wire, of any pipe wire, you get that weird effect that you just saw there. So that, my friends, is why we can't put things closer. That's why we need a space in between. So I don't, what I'm basically going to do is set this up to match the signal codes that we set up last episode. And I actually changed them to be a little more intuitive, so that this was just a red pipe wire signal. This is now a blue pipe wire signal. This one is, it's binary, so it's basically blue and red. And this one is now green. This is green and red, and this is green and blue, and yada yada yada. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up the wires and the gates back here, and I'll be right back. Whoa, we have a lot of wires hanging out here. Alright, so up on here, there's those 2 buttons for full on and full off power. And over on this side are the, this leads up to all the other 8 buttons. And that's all wired up to here. So if you're a little confused about this, just tune into last episode, where that's basically where we set that thing up. So let's go ahead and test it now. So I guess I want to give some, let's see, I want to increase by 3 power levels. So let's do that now. So if I click that, we should start to see this increase and stop over there at 3. So let's wait. It might take a minute. There it goes. 1, 2, and 3, and it should stop. Cool. Okay. Good, good, good. Now let's do the test about reducing by 2. Okay. So there we go. We should reduce by 2. Theoretically, this should work. And leave 1. Yeah, cool. Awesome. And then we just should remove them. I don't know, let's test, any of these should remove them. There it goes, okay. So, yeah, okay, so this really works. And reason why any of these should remove them is because it's based on time, so this button should remove them for, you know, it'll remove the items out of that chest for, like, a long while. It'll be plenty enough to remove that. But anyways, so it works. The only 2 buttons that don't do anything right now are these 2. So that's what we're about to do right now. We're going to set up the full power off and full power kind of on. Alright, so join me down in the basement. I'll be there in just a second. Well, here we are in the basement once again, and we are ready to set up the full power on and full power off signals. So, we had them set up underneath these 2 blocks. There were gates that I realized that actually I don't need, because the way in which we are going to signal or tell this power plant to go full on or full off power is going to be a little different than the whole setup we used here. So honestly, this last rung we didn't actually need. So there. But anyway, in any case, it's going to be fine. And what I did was remove those 2 gates, and now we're going to be setting up the system thusly. So, what about full power off and full power on? How is it going to work? Well, full power on basically is going to take all these snowballs and send a redstone signal to this particular block, this blue block right here, which will cause this to pull out the snowballs until this is empty. At which point, once this is empty, I want to tell it, stop doing what you're doing because you already emptied out the chest. Likewise, we're going to be doing the same thing in reverse for the full power off, where we power this pink block until this dispenser is empty. So in order to do that, we actually have to send a redstone signal and keep it on until we want to shut it off. And the way in which we do that is with an RS NOR latch. So we'll go down here and start setting up these RS NOR latches. You should be able to see where, well, you should see in due time. Actually, let me set this up proper. So I think I want to do it 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think I want to do it here. Is this gonna work? I think this is gonna work. Yeah, this will work. So if I set it up right here, I'm just gonna stick the redstone torch here and here. Alright, so here is a RS NOR latch, and when I power this side of it, how we're going to power that is with the signal. So the signal that comes down will be here, and we're actually going to have a gate right there. And this gate will indicate that when whatever 4 signals are in the particular sequence, we will get the power of redstone on. I'll set that up in just a second. But once that happens, this gate will switch, and that means that what we're going to be doing is powering this block right here. And I'm going to be doing that by transferring a signal this way. I also dug out a place for this inventory chest because we need to detect if it's full or not. So how I'm going to do this is really pretty simple. Let me think here. How is it going to work? Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to run the wire like that. So what we're going to be doing is, let's see, basic gate right, we can put it right here. When this gets a redstone signal, we'll hook up the red pipe wire here. And I could kind of direct, oh wait, I don't need it there. Okay. And then this is going to go only when, actually it doesn't really matter, this can actually just go. Because this will be shut. I was going to have this yeah, interconnect, but I don't actually need it to do that. Alright, so here we go. We're going to put that down there, and this should actually work just fine. So when we need this to be something other than red wire because it will interfere. So blue wire works just fine, and this will be the chest. So let me do this. Alright, so when the inventory is empty, send out a blue pipe signal. So the blue pipe signal will go here, and when this gets a blue pipe signal, redstone signal, which will switch it to this state when the chest is empty. When this gets a particular signal from, we need to hook up blue, we also need to hook up, we need to actually hook up all the different pipe wires, even though 2 of them, I believe, are what is needed. We need to actually hook up all of them because it's a particular sequence that will get this to do its thing. So this is add full power, so this is yellow and red is what we need. So yellow, so I should see. Red is on, blue is off, green is off, and yellow is on. So when we have this particular set of configuration, that signal that we send, it will send out a redstone signal, which will switch the RS NOR latch here. It will turn, oops, it will turn this gate on to send a red pipe signal. That red pipe signal will go over here. When you get a red pipe signal on, turn the redstone signal, and then that will happen until this inventory is empty. When this inventory is empty, it'll send out a blue pipe signal, which will go over here, send the redstone signal, yada yada yada. Okay, so let's go ahead and test it actually. So this should be the add until it's completely full, which will be more than 8 units of power. So let's go ahead all the way up and push our button actually to do that. Let's do the full power button. So this is a crazy amount of power. We won't be able to do anything with it, but we'll be able to see this go all the way up. So it should theoretically start going up pretty soon. There it goes. Come on. There we go. So this is going all the way up. All the way up. Woo, yeah. All right, so this is pretty cool. So actually, we are actually going to be going like way more power levels than we have available because of the particular nature of this. So let me go. Wow. Okay, we're gonna actually cause a problem here. I need to have this go away. Uh-oh. I need to stop this. Okay. Let's stop this from transferring power now. Actually, you know what I can do? Transfer it out, quickly, quickly, quickly. In fact, no, you know what? Bam. Shut it off. Okay, I really need to shut off these engines right away. Alright. I didn't want to break everything in my base. Okay, so I didn't want to send too much power through the system, because that would be bad. Alright, so this is going to empty now. Alright, I'm okay with this happening the way it is. Alright, so we're going to need to have some safety measures added here, but the overall functioning of that will work. So we'll do it that way. Alright, there you go. Cool. Okay, cool. So it actually worked. It no longer is powering that, so that should, yeah, that actually worked. So let me go ahead and set up something very similar for the pink, and I'll be right back. So I created another RS NOR latch system very similar to what we did with the blue here, which was for full power. I created a very similar thing for full unpower, or completely turn off the system. So it works basically the same way. Here is the incoming line with the that's going to be handling all the signals. So all the signal lines will come down here, and when we get this particular pattern of signals, that is blue on, yellow on, and green and red are going to be off, then it turns on a redstone signal, which switches this RS NOR latch from its current state, which is kind of the off state, to this on state. And the on state starts the removal of items, and it does that by powering this torch, which will power this gate. It'll turn a redstone, in detecting this redstone signal on, it will turn on this red pipe wire, follow the pipe wire over to here, right here, to this gate, which when it gets a red pipe wire signal, it turns on a redstone signal that powers the pink block, which powers the old Arctic gates, which starts the items transferring out of the dispenser. Once it's all the way done transferring out, this inventory becomes empty. The blue pipe wire is turned on, as it is now. When this blue pipe signal is on, it puts out a redstone signal in this gate, which switches the RS NOR latch to its current position, which essentially is off. And that will effectively shut off the power to here. So there you go. It's all done, right? Kind of wrong. Yes, that will work. However, as we just saw, there was a little bit of an alarming situation where power very quickly built up in the system. And if you recall, a while back, I wanted to have a way of immediately shutting off this system. Luckily, we have that in the form of this magic little piece of redstone right here. Now, this little magic piece of redstone is awesome, and it also will allow us to do really cool things like immediately shut off everything! Hooray! So let me demonstrate. I'm just going to toss, I don't know, some things in here. And then when I power this redstone, there's no real good way of doing it, but I guess we'll do it this way. Just throw a torch right here. Boom! Okay, it immediately shuts things off. If I take it away, it turns it back on. And that's basically, the reason for that is because that is how the comparators work in principle. So how do we power this? Well, there's a few different ways we can do it. The easiest one is going to be from right underneath. So if we look and see what's underneath, however, it's kind of a problem because it's this glass block. And this glass block would need to be removed and replaced with a torch, but unfortunately it's holding up water. So that means that in order to do this, I either have to run a, kind of do it with some structural pipes, which I kind of just don't want to do, and plus it's not going to be really easy to do it that way. Or what I can do is basically move this aqueous accumulator over to the right one, which is what I'm going to do because that seems like the only option here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll be right back, and then we'll continue. Okay, well, we shifted it over one, and this actually works pretty well, strangely. So the offending piece, we're going to repair some damage here. So the offending piece is going to be right here. This is what we're going to want to power, and I need to replace this repeater right here that I removed. There we go. That should be fine. Alright, let's make it look pretty again, and head on down. So that needs to be powered. Once it is, everything will shut off immediately. So when that is powered, everything shuts off immediately. So where is it? It's over right here. Okay, so we can power it pretty easily. This is actually a pretty simple fix. So what we basically need to do is just do that, and then do a nice connect to the red wire here, and yeah, that's it. And then here, we'll do the basic gate. I can put it underneath. Yeah, maybe I'll just put it underneath. Sure, why not? When you get a red pipe signal, redstone signal. What that does is that when the gate is in this particular orientation, where it says, hey, start pulling out items, it will also immediately shut it off. So that should theoretically work. So let's go ahead and test this out. Now I want to test this out by let's transfer some snowballs into here. Let's do one. Let's do it this way. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So these 3 snowball stacks are there. Okay, we are powering quite a lot. And this is quite a lot of power. So we're at power level 5 right now. So if we do the full off, power off, it should immediately power everything off. However, that inventory is being now slowly drained of its items. So let's see. There it goes. It's being slowly drained of its items. The items are now all drained. And there you go. It shut off. Let's see that again in instant replay. Let's see that in instant replay. Alright, let's try that again. Just because maybe we didn't do it very quickly. Alright, so we'll do it pretty quickly here. Because I want to see it shut off and everything look nice and happy. Okay, so we're gonna power off real quick. Whoa, a lot of lag. This system does create a lot of lag, I noticed. Alright, so here it is. Creating things, it's pulling out the items as this is also on, and then at some point in time when this is empty, that shuts off as well as pulling out items. Pretty cool. So that actually works really well. Now, we could hook all that system up to the, we could hook up either all this system or something along the lines of an emergency switch up to this as well, and we could do that a little later if there's overheating. You know, we could do things like that. But that basically puts into play a lot of the functions that we're going to be using in this power plant. And now this thing is looking pretty cool. What do you think, guys? What do you think? I like the way this looks. This is really, really awesome. Woo! Okay. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I think that's all going to be all the time we have for today. So in the next episode, we will definitely be doing something a little bit different than the power plant, but it's good that we have the systems in place now for doing things. The only thing that is missing that I will do outside of the scenes is the fact that, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to have this hooked up. We'll see. But basically what I need now is I may not want to power, for example, this assembly table. And so I will have a way to select it and hook that up using... Where are they? Yeah, here we go. Emerald Kinesis pipes. It's power input pipe. Basically what this allows you to do is turn off completely that pipe. So what I'll do is I will hook it up to a switch, perhaps here, where it cuts power to this to this line here, which means that assembly table won't be receiving power. So I'll be able to use that to control how power flows through my base. I might be doing that through the control panel, we'll see, but we'll probably do that in a later episode. Alright guys, so thank you for watching, and see you in the next episode. We'll be doing something a little different. Okay, take care. Bye-bye now.